Oh, welcome to day one of this little road trip. I'm on my way to Bathurst, leaving the Central Coast. This is New South Wales, Australia. And the Triumph Sports Owners Association are running an event that's to celebrate 100 years of Triumphs. So I'm off to Bathurst, and I think tomorrow we've got some display on in the main street. And then the next day I think they're visiting the, well, I call it the Bathurst Motor Museum, but I think it's actually called the National Motor Racing, I don't know. Anyway, go and look at the car museum. And then we'll do a convoy around the Bathurst track, which is a public road sort of thing. I think there's around 115 Triumphs, 116, something like that. So that should put on quite a bit of a display. Now I'm going to Bathurst by a bit of a scenic route. Who wants to drive on freeways and traffic and all that sort of stuff? So I'm going through Wiseman's Ferry, up round on the Blue Mountains somewhere. I've got to interview Jeff about his Nissan Skyline Targa car. Then it's on to Bathurst, and again I'm staying off the main road, so it should be an interesting day. The old Triumph is holding together, so we should make it there. I've got a nav man that is determined to send me via freeways and what have you, and is just endlessly telling me to turn around. I don't know. The marvels of modern technology, yet there's probably a way to tell it that I'm happy to go on dirt roads. I think at the moment it's worried about I'm going to go across a ferry, so it's thinking I don't want to do that. Stupid technology. Anyway, so oh well, let's see how the day goes. I'm still travelling along here on my way to Wiseman's Ferry. My goodness, the navman is just endlessly saying, perform a U-turn when it's safe, perform a U-turn when it's safe. For goodness sake, Wiseman's Ferry is just a few k's down the road, and it still wants me to go about another 100 k's away to get back to it via another way. Don't you love technology? The road's pretty good actually through here. There's stuff like this where there's been a landslide, but looks like it happened years ago and they haven't fixed it. But alrighty, I'll catch up with you a bit later. Well, here I am at Wiseman's Ferry. Got here just as the ferry was about to pull up, so we'll go straight on there, and this is all very different to what it was when I was last here. Well, I've just passed through a town called Tirana, which I think's a bit odd. Here we are about, I don't know, 30-40 k's out of Bathurst, and I'm going through a town called Tirana. Now it's spelt different to the car, so I think it's TAR, and I think Tirana's I'm not sure, to be honest, but there you go. Yeah. I'm sure the town was there before the car, so any rate, not that far from Bathurst now. I've interviewed Jeff about his Godzilla Nissan, and all seems well. It was a good interview, interesting car, and all I need to do now is to get to Bathurst. Now this poor old Triumph doesn't like the Highlands. Every time I gain any sort of altitude with this car, it loses all its get up and go, and every little hill it comes to we've got to go back gears, and I was in second gear going up a hill back there. Now they're reasonably decent hills. There was a Toyota Land Cruiser in front of me. I think he was back to more than that. Nevertheless, similar hills down on the coast, this whole thing, you won't even get out overdrive, so yeah. Thinner atmosphere up here maybe, I don't know. You wouldn't have thought it would be that much, but anyway, I'll catch up with you a bit later. My goodness, there be sheep on the road. Now, sheepy. My goodness, look at that. I wouldn't be on the highlands without sheep. Just about to come into a town called O'Connell. I think it's a town. Well, it's a cemetery. I'm pretty sure I've been here before during a navigational rally one time, and there was a control point. And so I think there's a little villagey sort of pub and what have you. I'd run over that mongrel, but I won't. I'll be all ecologically safe and what have you. With a snake on the road. I'm a country boy. I've grown up with the buggers, and well, you know, there's Save the World and there's Save the World, you know. These things can kill you. But I suppose that bugger's out in the middle of nowhere. He's minding his own business, so I'll leave him alone. But I don't like him, I can tell you. Well, yeah, here we go. It's the T-junction. We're going to turn right, head towards Bathurst. And my memory is perhaps, any right? Turn right, O'Connell Road. Turn right, yes, Navman person. This Navman's been driving me nuts all day. Basically because it didn't want me to go everywhere I wanted to go. It didn't want me to cross ferries or go on dirt road, or so it was sending me around the world to avoid them, and I just had to ignore it. Well, this is O'Connell. There's the pub, which is not how I remember it, but there you go. I would say short-term memory's the first to go, but that rally would have to be 20 years ago, so that's not too short a memory. I don't know what the Australian settlers were doing when they came out here, but they built a church just about everywhere. Because everywhere you go, there's these very elaborate little churches. O'Connell sounds a bit Irish to me, but it might be Scottish. I know that in these highland areas up here, it seems like every second name is some sort of Scottish name. Inverness, Inverness, into this, into that, you know. Glen this and Glen that. Anyway, we're getting there. I'll catch you up again in a minute. Well, I'm just about at this motel if I can find it. I've been on the road for 7 hours. What have I travelled? 283 kilometres, probably 85 by the time I get there. And I just put $67 worth of petrol in the bugger. So that's about it, about the end of the story.